end this episode.
Hey guys, it's David Burkby, and this is a bonus episode of The Closing Pitch, where we went on Instagram Live with Rawlings Tigers alumni Erik Webb. During this episode, we talked about his path to becoming the MIAA Player of the Year, how he led the Division II nation in home runs, and what the future holds for him. I hope you guys really enjoy this episode. Erik is an outstanding kid and a player, and you will learn a lot from him. Hope you like it.
What's up, brother?
How's it going, man?
Good. What hat you rocking?
It's just a Cardinals hat from one of my teammates.
Who? Carl?
Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals hat. There you go. I like it. It's sick, man. Got the little goatee rocking.
Yeah, I thought I'd clean up a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, that's good. How's everything going today, dude?
It's going good. Not a whole lot's happened. Did a little active recovery today with some yard work, so...
What is active recovery? You got to remember, dude, I'm 32 years old now.
It's just I've worked out the past couple of days, so it's kind of like a rest day, but you still kind of move around a little bit and, just a lighter workout day, I guess.
I would call those days off days for me, so I didn't have any activity.
Right.
I see your brother just joined. What's up, Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You tell everybody you're going to be on this?
They found out, man. Spiker put together a good video, so
that video was fire, dude. That was sick.
Sweet. Yeah, that was sweet. So yeah, I got a couple people getting on here tonight.
I mean, to quote him, it was easy when you had all the footage of you hitting bombs. So
I guess.
Yeah. Everybody doing good in the family, dude? Everybody staying safe?
Yeah, doing good. I'm pretty sure Pop's gonna hop on here too pretty soon. So
yeah,
it's right there.
What's up, hey Doug? How we doing, buddy? Good. Well, hey. So let's get into this a little bit, guys. We have Erik Webb here, who is a 2016 grad. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
From Francis House Central High School. Played for the Tigers for 4 years, from freshman to senior year. Then went on to UCM, which is known as University of Central Missouri. Played right field all 4 years, right?
Freshman year, I DH and played left, but other than that, been right.
And I'm about to list off some accomplishments, so don't be too humbled here, dude, because this is ridiculous.
All right.
Let's see. ABCA First Team All-American 2019. D2 First Team All-American 2019. MIAA Player of the Year 2019. First Team All-MIAA. Second Team All-MIAA. Hitter of the Week multiple times. Led the nation in doubles. 26 in 1 year. I mean, dude, I can keep going on. This is wild. You've had a really awesome career. So
I appreciate it.
Want to kind of start off with a couple questions. And by the way, viewers here, make sure to write in the comment box if you got any questions that you want Erik or myself to answer during this. Please don't hesitate. We'll try to get to those through this Instagram Live. But just want to kind of hear a little bit about your career. So let's talk about the present. How is your season going like right now? It was your senior year. How is it going prior to the whole COVID-19 situation?
Yeah, well, man, we were off to a pretty hot start. We were about a third of the way done with the season. I mean, we had an unbelievable team put together. We worked hard through the fall. We were, I believe, 20-3 on the season.
Dude.
8-0 in conference. So we were rolling a little bit. We were just finishing up our series at Hayes.
Were you into so you're eight games into conference?
Yep.
Okay.
8 games into conference, 23 games overall. So rolling into Hayes, and then I think we had to do a doubleheader for the last day just because we got the news. So, I mean, we were off to a hot start. Pitching staff was unreal.
A lot of returners.
On fire. So
primed to go deep, right?
Right. Yeah, we were looking pretty good.
So what was that whole situation like? Because I've talked to a couple other alumni of the Tigers, and every situation's different. Like, how did you guys find out? How did you guys
So like I said, we had that doubleheader on that Saturday, and we saw coaches talking a little bit before the game, his coach and our coach, Crooks. So we kind of knew what it was about. News about Division I season being canceled and all that came out before.
That happened before the D2 season got canceled?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
earlier?
Yeah. So it was that day, and we saw him talking. We played our first game against Hayes, and then we had a huddle in between games, and Crooks was like, guys, this could be it for the season. Like, for the seniors, this could be it. This could be the end of your career. So, it wasn't, we didn't want it at all. So he said, for the guys that their careers are ending here, like, don't stop now. Play this game right. Play like you always have in this whole season. So went out and played our hardest, and after that, got on the bus the next day and headed back to Warrensburg.
So you at least got to finish the next game?
Yep. So, yeah, we had a doubleheader that day, so
what was that like, dude? Was that like the weirdest game ever?
It was the weirdest game. I ended up going 0 for 5 that game. I was just like...
You could be like, we could have stopped the season right now.
Yeah, I was so...
I don't need that over.
I mean, it was a pretty good game by us. I think we beat Hayes 20-4, 25, something like that. So, I mean, plenty of guys on our team, went off that game. Just like Crooks said, don't let this affect you. It's kind of, we always talk about dealing with adversity and, mental toughness and how mental grind. There's always going to be adversity. So this is just one of those things that we had to, it's thrown our way. We just had to handle.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be one of the weirdest feelings, like going through that like handshake line at the end and being like, my season's done and I don't even know why.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. Like, I don't really think it hit any of us. I mean, I still feel kind of weird about it. Just, it's the weekend and I'm sitting at home in St. Louis. Like, man, we'd be in the middle of a game right now. I wonder how it'd be going, like who would be playing. So it's just weird all around. And yeah, it kind of sucked.
Have you been talking to like a lot of your boys on the team and making sure they're good? And how's everyone taking it?
We've been talking a little bit. I mean, I'm pretty sure all the seniors are coming back, maybe 1 or 2 that aren't. But, I mean, we'll have a pretty good team next year, and a lot of the guys are planning on returning. So it just stinks.
We talk because you're coming back, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so it stinks not really knowing how our season – we're never going to know how that season would have ended, So that's just the big thing, is just not really knowing.
Here's a funny question. Not that it makes a big difference, but do your stats count from this season, or is it just like a race? See ya.
As far as I know, I think they count. I have no idea.
So you kind of get like 4 1/4 in?
Yeah. shortest season in UCM history.
You should be like, I want those 8 bombs back, man.
Yeah, I need those, right?
Good.
Yeah, I need those.
But so we're talking about your UCM team. Dude, you had an awesome career there, and you obviously have one more year left. What are some highlights that you've had from that career? Like, what would you say some of the best things that are ever happened to you for?
Right. Well, I mean, first of all, just bonding with the guys, and we have an unbelievable coaching staff, and all the guys that come through from my freshman year to my senior year is crazy. Senior year's, I guess, over, but honestly, just building those relationships, hanging out in the dugout, showing up the field before games, and we're all listening to music, so that's definitely like top favorite, is just the relationships and hanging out with the guys. I mean, one of my most memorable things is freshman year in Houston.
Playing at the Astro Stadium, right?
Yeah, playing at Minute Maid freshman
every year.
So that was just unbelievable, and Crane, lets us go back every year, so it gets better and better. So
how many bombs you hit at the old Minute Maid?
I've hit 2 now. So
2, nice.
Yep. One.
You go left field, pull side, or oppo?
Both pull. Short porch. You just got to elevate a little bit.
Hey, take advantage of it, buddy.
Right? Yeah, we had Bregman come talk to us my junior year, and he was like, "Yeah, don't mind the short porch. Sorry, coach, but pull the ball, boys." So, yeah, playing there. Winning the regional last year.
That was cool.
Was pretty special. That was sweet, going to the World Series with that team, and it was really cool. Just a lot of memories. Every day at the yard, putting in the work, seeing it pay off is pretty nice.
That's awesome, man. And I mean, you couldn't have a better staff there. I'm a huge fan of Crooks and Stambo. I mean, those are some great dudes. And then you played this last summer, and you said you're going this summer to the Alaska Baseball League. And for guys who don't know, that's an easy, at least back when I was playing, which was a while ago, but that was a top 3-4 league in college baseball, full of just dudes everywhere. How was that experience last year? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was incredible. I'm very grateful I got to go. Originally, I was supposed to be in El Dorado, Kansas. So a
little different.
Yeah, Crooks. Yeah,
Kansas.
Yeah, Crooks set me up pretty well there, and the GM Pete and all the coaches up there welcomed me, and it was a great experience. The weather up there, I think there was 1 week where it was in the 90s, but other than that, 75 degrees every day, and Just baseball. The fans were great. I played for the Miners in Matsu.
Yep.
And we had about 1,300 fans at every home game. So that was
1,300.
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude!
Yeah, they showed out.
Awesome. Were you signing like a lot of autographs for a lot of kids?
Yeah. After the game, we'd always get them on the field, and they'd hang out and ask for autographs. So that was pretty cool. The first time I've experienced something like that. So just a lot of baseball, really good teams. Great pitchers. A lot of cool dudes up there. So I'm pretty excited to go back. Hopefully all this COVID-19 stuff clears up so, I can get up there again.
And you had a killer summer too. From what I remember, you led your team in a lot of categories. And what did you find a difference? Because if you guys don't know, UCM is one of the perennial best D2s in the country, year in, year out, have been since I was a little kid. Like, they've been that good forever and would compete really, really well against most D1 competition. But you faced a ton of D1 cats there. Did you notice anything different? Like, was it?
The velo is up a little bit, but it's nothing that UCM hasn't prepared me for. Are you speaking about Alaska?
Yeah, Alaska.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the biggest difference was just the velo. Guys were probably 92, 95, as in my AA. They're, I'd say, mid to upper 80s. A couple guys sitting 90s. So, there was a couple mechanical things that I worked on in the summer just with help from the coaches up there. But, just the velo. It's pretty cool, though, just seeing how it transferred from the summer into the fall. It actually helped out a lot. So I'm glad I got exposed to that, and
I bet.
I really liked it.
Just knowing you and having coached you for a couple of years in high school, I don't think it would have taken you too long because you always had that. You had the most simple approach ever to hitting, dude. It was see ball, hit ball. It was like, that was a little harder, so I guess I'll swing a little earlier.
I tell people that all the time, Stambo at UCM, he always asks me what pitch I see, and I always seem to say the wrong one. So at this point, I just tell the guys, just see the ball, hit the ball. I don't know what I hit.
All right, good story about Erik. So we're playing your junior year, and we're in Joplin for the Premier World Series. And the second round of that, we happen to run into a dude who's about to be in the big leagues any day now, if he hasn't already. Forrest Whitley, the number one draft pick that next year for the Astros, and he's still their number one prospect. What do you think he was bumping that day? 91, 94, easily in high school?
Yeah, he was easily up there with a pretty decent slider.
I was going to say, what was his pitch? His slider was gross. And somehow, your second at bat, he throws you a first pitch slider, which you about tear his head off, I think, or something up the middle. And I'm just staring at you, and I'm like, what? Were you looking for that? And I don't think you had an answer.
I don't even think so. It helps out when you got Micah in front of you dropping two bombs on him. So
yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that was sweet. That was a fun game at Pitt State, I believe. But that was, I don't know, he just threw it down the plate. So,
and I swear, Stambo told me the same story about you in some fall inter squad your freshman year. It's like UCM's number one, who's 90-93 from the left side, and he throws you a first pitch slider, and you about to take him off, and you're like, what pitch? He's looked at you and said, what pitch was that? And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, all the young guys watching, see ball, hit ball, nothing else to it.
But sometimes it's that paralysis by analysis, dude. So, hey, tell me a little bit about, because we got a lot of high school guys who are listening. So tell me a little bit about your recruiting path, kind of how it went. What made UCM attractive to you? What were you looking at for a school?
Yeah, so playing at high school, I didn't have a ton of schools looking at me. I think I talked to Mo State just very briefly, and then it was SEMO, Jeffco, and UCM. So I really didn't have a lot of guys looking at me, but at first I got caught up with the whole I want to play Division I baseball. That was so appealing to me, but it was really nothing like that. When I got to UCM, it was amazing. I went on a showcase there at a camp, talked to Crooks a little bit, and went there. So it's nothing to get caught up Division I, Division II, Division III, JUCO. You're going to see great competition anywhere you go. And if scouts need to see you, want to see you, they'll come out and see you no matter where you are. So what UCM, like you said, was one of the top schools in the country. So I actually made a T-chart, my dad and I, of SEMO and Jeffco and all those guys, and really took my time, but I am so thankful that I decided to go to UCM, and I think the coaches there and just like the type of baseball we play has helped me grow as a person, as an athlete. I mean, more than I ever could imagine. So, I mean, everybody's got their fit. You just play ball, and everybody around you has the same intent and attitude and effort towards what they're doing. You're going to have a really good time. So, yeah, I really love UCM.
That's cool. By the way, your former teammate Lockwood said he loves you there, buddy. So shout out to
Lockwood. Too, buddy.
But so, like, what I'm a firm believer of this, Webb, and the more guys I've talked to, I hear that all the time. When you walk onto that campus for the first time, you're gonna have a different feeling about that one that you love. So, like, when you walked on and you went on that recruiting visit to UCM and Crooks, or I don't know, Sambo, or who was showing you around, but I mean, what was that like? How did you know that? How can you equate that and tell people like who are going on recruiting visits what to look for?
Right. I mean, I just felt like I was weightless there. You know, they had, when I went to the camp, they still had their all natural field, which was super nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was all natural. That was the only time I was on is at the camp. Because we got the turf in, I think 2016 or 2017, a couple years.
There you go.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a pretty small campus, but it's perfect for me. It's just baseball. You know, UCM's kind of known for baseball, their athletics. So, yeah, it's just a great fit, and the coaches really welcomed me in, and yeah, I just really enjoy it there.
What are you studying? What are you getting your degree in?
So I'm a general studies major with a minor in biology. So when I go back next year, I'll either get a certificate for like physical education, or I'll just get another minor. So I guess this year kind of helps me decide, give me like less time what I want to do.
It's all right.
Oh yeah,
it's all right, man. Yeah,
that's right.
Were there any other major factors that were real important to you in terms of like, you know, what you were looking for in a school?
Yeah, I think culture is a big thing. You know, sticking by what they say, and you know, just how they get after. I before I went, I was watching UCM play baseball. You know, I was watching them play, and you know, just seeing those guys. It was like a different breed when I was watching those guys play, and you know, I saw that, and I was like, that's what I want to be. That's how I want to play the game. I want to play it right, and they definitely had it there. So that kind of swayed me towards UCM, and just how they were kind of dirt ballers, and they really got after it. Yeah,
for sure. I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but a big part. So one of the guys who had coached there before, who since has taken another job somewhere else, but we were down in Springfield, your junior year, this as well, and we were playing a team out of Texas. And I don't know if I told you this, but we were playing a team out of Texas, huh?
I can't remember.
It was the Fort Worth Cats, and we were actually getting beaten. That team didn't get beat very often, but just wasn't a good game for us. And we were down probably like 5 or 6 in the bottom of the 7th, and we were home team. And you come up and hit you weren't having a particularly great game.
Yeah.
So you hit just like a little dribbler to third base, and just busted it down the line. And I think you beat it out. And I looked down at the recruiter down the first base line, and he flashes me the stopwatch. He said 3.9. And for guys who have no clue what that is, like that home to first time, that is ridiculous. Anytime a guy in high school is running under a 4, that is ridiculous. But what made that even more special, and I think he probably just called Crooks immediately, was that you were doing it down 6 in the bottom of 7th of a meaningless high school summer game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something that is so important for young guys to understand, that you never know what time or what situation might dictate your future. And at that point, I know for a fact that guy said, listen, this dude is one of our guys. I loved every other part of his game, and now I love everything. I don't know if I've ever told you that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might have been, we were playing at SBU.
Yeah, we were?
At SBU's field, yeah. I remember that. You know, well, yeah, like you said, you never know when someone's watching or who's got it, so you always got to play your best, and, you know, you got to enjoy the game and play it the right way, and, you know, sometimes it'll reward you. So, yeah, and you just got to play, have fun, try your best. You know, it's all about attitude and effort. So that's another big thing, preach at UCM. That's really what they want, your best attitude and effort.
Of course. It's what you can control, right?
Right.
So.
Control what you can control.
Well, cool. Look, I think we got a question here, so give me 1 second.
Cool.
what's one thing you wish you could have done last season but didn't get to? And that's from More Casserole, Please. I don't know who that is, but thanks for the question, dude.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Oh, there you go.
That's Cassidy. Well, I guess for you, I guess we could have finished the season. That would have been one thing. That would have been great. Honestly, just spend more time with that team. I wish we had more time. Kind of took it for granted, honestly. We're having such a great season, and then all this happened. I wish we could have seen how that played out, really. It was a special team.
Do you guys have a lot of returners coming back, you think? Like everybody's coming back?
Yeah, we had a little group chat to see who'd come back, and I think we had quite a few seniors there. I think like 13 or 14 seniors, and I think like 10 of us are coming back. So
awesome.
We have some pretty good pitchers coming back too. I'm not sure which one of our pitchers are coming back, but
okay.
We had some pretty good junior pitchers. I'm sure they're returning, but so we're pretty good staff again.
Heck yeah, brother. Yeah. By the way, guys, make sure, again, more questions, the merrier. We're here to help. We're here to answer questions. Anything you got, especially you young guys out there, make sure you don't be shy. This dude will answer anything you got. So send them in. So with this whole COVID situation, something I've noticed about you is, because I follow you on social media, is your workouts have been insane.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been talking to you about it. Like, it's honestly, just watching it makes me tired. And I've been walking like 5 miles every day, and that's good for me. But that would be like the easiest day in the world for you. So what have you been doing, dude? Like, how you been staying in shape?
It's just, honestly, I've just been so out of whack with this whole COVID thing. So it's just my routine. I want to stay in a routine. Back at the field, we have a pretty busy day, and I love every minute of it. And then coming here, it's self-discipline, really. I want to keep myself disciplined for whatever happens. That's in schoolwork, working out, hitting, all that good, everything. So, I try to challenge myself, keep myself in good shape. So I've just been kind of throwing some stuff together. I got into it at the end of last season with the coaches. They all do this CrossFit stuff, and I really grabbed onto it, and I love it. So I ordered a weighted vest, and my brother built that box. So every day, for the most part, I put together a CrossFit or some kind of workout and just stay active and stay conditioned.
Dude, how heavy is that vest that you're rocking?
There's 2 plates, one in the front, one in the back, and I think it's like 28 pounds or 24 pounds together total.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. Another comment that came through, what was the biggest adjustment from high school to college from playing in the GAC South with good competition? This is from Coach Harris. Thanks, Coach Harris.
Okay. What's up, Coach? Yeah, I guess the biggest difference is, the amount of time that you spend at the field and how much work you put in. I didn't really expect it because I've never been, I wasn't in college before. So going to go 2-hour practice in high school to, 4 or 5 hour practices every day in school. So, the biggest adjustment to me was time management and, really putting in my best effort every day, all day. When you get to the college level, everybody's trying to compete for that spot that you're in. So you really have to have your best effort, show up to the field, play baseball, and that was the biggest thing for me. Besides that, the competition, velo was obviously up.
Sure.
Everybody could play, really good competition, especially the MIAA. We have a lot of good competition that we play. I think we're in one of the best conferences in the nation. So, just good competition. Everybody's trying to beat you, especially at UCM. We always say we have like a target on our back. Everybody's, gunning for us. So, we love it. We know we're going to get everybody's best. They're going to throw, they're going to switch their midweek pitchers so we get their best pitchers. And, no matter where we're at, home or away, people are trying to beat us. So you just play your best, play your hardest, and enjoy it.
Heck yeah. Michael Sink asked, how far did you hit that ball off a germ?
Yeah, so this is a funny story.
All right.
So what's up, Michael? So Germ was a pitcher on our team, and we had a practice one day. We're kind of mouthing off to each other, so he challenged me at the end of practice. It was his best fastball. He was pitching. And so at the end of practice, Crooks called me into the box, and he got on the mound. And, I guess I had an advantage. He was only able to throw fastballs, so I was swinging every pitch. I think I was like 5 or 6 pitches deep and then pulled it left, probably about, Probably hit the multi there, sinks about 600 feet to left. Yeah, I got a pretty good video. Maybe I'll post that up later.
Do it.
Yeah.
Dude, those are the things that people don't get about college baseball. You can't tell people about that beforehand, but it's like,
yeah,
those are the things you remember. You don't remember all the records. You don't remember everything else, but you remember that stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. It was so funny. He was such a good sport about it too, but what a guy. Yeah, that was so fun. That was fun.
It's awesome. Then Lockwood said, what's your favorite Tiger memory?
Yeah, winning the Natty, that national championship in Kaufman.
That was sick. I wasn't there, but I followed every pitch on Game Changer, dude.
Yeah, that was. So what happened there is we ended up playing this team called the Arlington A's, the first game of the tournament, and they ended up beating us like 9-0 or something like that. So we ended up beating a couple teams. We got to the semis at T-Bone and played this team from Texas, the Marshalls. And one of my teammates, Jesse, we're out of pitching. He pitched with a torn hamstring.
I heard that.
Yeah. His leg was all black and purple. And, I mean, he threw a complete game against these guys. And they were, big team from Texas. Everybody was like 6 feet tall. And we ended up beating those guys. And then we played the A's again at Kaufman. And we ended up
that was awesome.
Oh, that was awesome, yeah. It was my first time playing on a major league field. So we ended up beating that team that beat us. We beat them 14-0 or 12-0. What I remember from that, though, is Kenny Piper had an unbelievable game at short. He made so many plays that game. It was unreal. Dude. And then, your boy came in to close it out.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, dude, that was the funniest. Okay, that reminds me of another good story about you. You remember when it was your junior summer and we were playing the Nationals and they were ridiculously loaded. Like they had probably 14, 15 D1 cats on their team and they were all seniors, all going on next year, and we were all juniors. And we were in that night game. And I think it was deep in that tournament and we didn't have like a whole lot left. And in come like you and Lockwood throwing, the catcher and the right fielder, both pumping mid-80s. You struck out their like 3-hole dude going to some SEC school on 3 straight fastballs and turned to our dugout and started laughing and smiling. You had no idea what you were doing.
You can't make that stuff up. I mean, I think Lockwood, I can't remember if he came in before me or after me, but he was pumping Ched, so I was like, man, I got to follow that up. So, I gave my shoulder a couple warm-ups and just started throwing fastballs as hard as I could.
I think you were all...
They were like, this kid's throwing so slow. Let's just take him deep, And then I guess they were swinging with wiffle ball bats, So,
dude, it was awesome because you were giving the one T-Mac a little bit of trouble because I think you both threw harder than that tournament. He was going to most state on the bump.
Right. Yep, that's right. What's up, Stoll? I'm sure.
What's up, Stoll?
Too. But yeah, old T-Mac. I remember he came into a game against the Nats in that national tournament. They were mouthing us pretty good, so we called old T-Mac up, and I think he drove up that day, pitched one game for us, and left. Ended up beating them 1-0.
God, those are awesome games, man.
Oh yeah.
Another question we got. So you're not like the most tall stout, right? So you're not a little guy, but you're strong. So how did you become the dude who now leads UCM in home runs? What did you hit 44 at your career?
I think I'm at 46 right now.
What's been like your approach out there? I know we talked about how it's a little bit more simplistic, but like, dude, you hit a ton of bombs. How'd you do that?
Right. Well, I think first and foremost, just confidence. In high school, I wasn't a big power hitter. I think I maybe had 2 career home runs in 4 years of high school. Hitting the weight room and, just practicing with coaches in the cages and all that kind of stuff. Once you get your confidence up, it's just you against that pitcher on the mound. So we did a lot of occluding, video work with what pitches are being thrown, just ton of machine work, video. Really kind of, I think, like my swing's pretty simple as it is. So there's just some like minor adjustments, like where my feet are, my hands are. So there's still things I'm working on. I just got into work with the connection ball. So I'm trying to keep my hands connected more, but going up there with a good approach, that's something we preach at UCM all the time is having a plan. You don't want to go up there just, you're not going to have a good at bat. So we take a lot of pride in our approach. Everybody has their own approach, their own focal point, all that stuff. So, it's kind of individualized, but it's all towards the same goal. You want to be comfortable in the box. You want to be comfortable being uncomfortable is what they say. So,
yeah,
you get your routine and comfortable in the box, and it's nothing different from one at-bat to another. So, when I came up with my routine, it just, I don't know, just ready to hit and just confident, really.
Yeah. I mean, so you said something about video work, and I didn't know that. What did you guys do? Did you have video or scouting reports on guys beforehand?
So, well, it wasn't necessarily pitchers in MIAA or anything like that. It's just apps. We use coaches' phones, tablets, or the TV, and it's just really I think we include from SEMO guys. So.
Oh, pitch recognition?
Yeah, included.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we work on that when we hit. We have different groups, So we'll have guys occluding while other guys are hitting, other guys are metconning. I think that helps out tremendously.
Did you? Was it Game Sense?
Yeah, Game Sense.
Sick. Yep. I've heard a lot about it. So that was really good. Did that help you pick it up by the hand really quickly?
Yeah. So there's kind of different things. There's even high school pitchers on there too for the young guys watching this. You get Game Sense. There's high school pitchers and college pitchers and even some guys in the minors. So what it is it'll be a pitcher throwing the ball, right? And then it'll black out. And then you have to decide if there's a ball or strike, and then fastball, whatever pitches they have them listed. So you have a certain amount of time to kind of recognize what it is and then answer it. So nice, sweet.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then I got a question from looks like your dad. What's the Webby Wiggle, dude? I think I've seen this on Twitter before, but I don't really know.
Yeah, there's just a little celebration at second. You got to throw your hands up.
You want to show it?
You want to show it?
Yeah, don't be too shy.
Oh, man, I don't even know. All right. Let's see what we got here. You got my snakes back there. So you get on second. Oh, I can't really see it. But you get on second, you kind of just wiggle like that. Repping Alaska here. My minor sweatpants. But yeah, that's just something fun with the guys that we do. Everybody's got their own thing at second.
Was that something the whole team or just you?
That was just me. Yeah, we as a team we do the mule kick. You hit an extra base hit, you get a mule kick in there.
I saw Micah do that one time. I think I've seen him do that.
Micah's got an exceptionally well mule kick. He's pretty
look like martial artists, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. And we have other guys that slip off second and face plant. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Another question we got is, what is the best advice? This is from Coach Harris again. What is the best advice you can give to a high school player who wants to play at the next level, and how important is a weight room, since you briefly mentioned that? Thanks, Coach Harris.
Yeah. I think the weight room is very important, That's where you gain your power, your strength, and honestly, that's where you get some team bonding in too. I love the weight room. In high school, I never really did work out. So when I got to school, UCM, and, we had weights 3-4 times a week, started noticing some power in my swing. So I think it's extremely important, and for guys that want to move on to the next level, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't really matter what school you go to. They're all chasing the national championship, and the coaches there are going to be able to help you out, and they're going to improve your skill, love for the game, and you're going to learn things that you never learned before, and even about life. So, like I said, go into it with an open mind and enjoy it, play hard, and just have a good attitude and effort towards it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Got another one from your boy Michael Sink, and I think this one might be a little funny.
Yeah.
How important is it, in quotations for us short guys, to have tall girlfriends to help us get stuff off the top shelves?
Well, seeing we're bringing stuff back from freshman year here. That's 4 years ago. Yeah, that happened. I couldn't reach the popcorn. So it's pretty important.
Hey, another thing that's really, obviously important to you, because you post about this all the time, and this comes from, I believe, your girlfriend now, but how important is your diet? What does it look like, man? You are always posting, healthy combinations of different, drinks and different food combinations. It's obviously a real important factor in your life and your game. So what is that?
Yeah. So, I think eating's all about balance. You don't really have to cut out all the bad food. You just have to, have the right portions and all that stuff. So, Yeah, Cassidy, she's on here. She's a dietetics major, so she's helped me out a ton with my, like, I wouldn't say meal planning, but like what I eat. And I guess that started my freshman year because I actually saw this video with Matt Carpenter talking when he was at TCU. Mm-hmm. He was eating unhealthy, and his coach came and talked to him and was like, hey, you're not performing your best. Like, you won't be able to perform at the next level if you keep eating like this. And he said at that moment he changed his eating habits and, his workout routine. So at that moment I was like, man, I should really like start focusing on what I eat and fueling my body with the right foods. So since I've been in college, I'm mainly plant-based now. Okay. A lot of tofu. But yeah, I think just getting the proper nutrition in your body, especially with long days, like 4 or 5 hour practices with conditioning in the weight room, you need all that proper food and nutrients in your body to be able to perform and recover, which is a big thing too, recovery, because you don't want to be sore for 3 to 4 days because you're going to have to perform the next day. So I think you just got to give up the junk food, maybe have it every once in a while, but I think you should really nail down on eating good food because it's really important for performance and your health.
Well, I mean, I think I think back to my time, and I didn't eat that well, man. I mean, I was eating ramen noodles and whatever I could get my hands on in college. You know what I mean? But you talk about the season, and it's 60-something games. It's like a sprint, right?
Right.
And it's you start in late February, and boom, end of May, you're done, or middle May. So you really, if you're not focused on your nutrition, if you're not focused on getting the right stuff in your body, by the end of that season, dude, you're burnt out. You're done. You feel like you don't have any,
right.
And some of those days, I mean, I remember tons of 12, 13, 14-hour days at the field. I mean, that was not uncommon.
Yeah. I mean, I can remember back to my freshman year, we were playing, I think we were over halfway done with the season, and we're at a Mo West series my freshman year, and I was mentally drained and exhausted. And this is before I was really like eating healthy. And, Crooks came up to talk to me and was like, what's going on? I was like, I'm so sore. Like, I'm aching. I don't know what's going on right now. I guess coming from high school to college baseball, we've never had a season this long. And he talks to me about like my nutrition and stuff. And that I was like, this is just like proof that, nutrition plays a huge role in athletics. So you're right. The season is pretty long, and you have to make sure you prepare for it properly and, stay on track the whole way through.
Well, I mean, that had to be a big role of your season last year because you not only started off hot, but you carried it. Like, it wasn't just these swings, these peaks and valleys. It was a pretty steady deal the whole year, and it was arguably your best season.
Yeah. Yep. We talk about that. You don't want to ride the highs and lows. You want to stay even. It prevents like momentum changes in momentum. So yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good team last year, and we did a pretty good job with that. It was focusing on not only like one game, one series at a time, but down to one pitch at a time, and putting all your effort into the moment, because you can't start thinking about the national championship in your second game of the season. So it's all about focusing on playing your best that day. Everybody's out to beat you. You can only afford to focus on today. So that is just huge. Is just focus on the goal at hand, playing your best that day. And one thing we always say at school is, we're our own competition. You got to show up and beat ourselves. So practice, we train hard, and, we have to beat ourselves at practice, and it leads into us playing very well in the season. So that's pretty important. It's just the mental grind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What would be, looking back at your high school career, okay?
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself now? Like, if you had to give one piece of advice to a high school guy, looking to get to that next level, or really anything, man.
Yeah.
What would you tell him? What would you do different?
I would definitely say hit the weight room. Hit the weight room, and
how early? How early?
Oh, I mean, I guess we kind of in the fall we hit it at 6 a.m. Are you talking about time or
like in your career, like freshman in high school? Sophomore,
yeah, I would say probably freshman or sophomore in high school. Yeah, just to get going. And one thing with me is I didn't really have the right form going in, like squatting. I didn't have the right squatting form going into college, so it it took me some time to learn that before I could like start lifting heavy with the guys. So I guess use school to kind of get a good foundation, you know, maybe put on some weight before you go into college baseball. And I would say, yeah, probably the weight room, and put in extra work, grab people to stay with you, you know, bring guys along that normally wouldn't, go hit in the cage on the field, and then go work out. So I just think preparing.
I've always said this, and you've heard it from Coach Unger and all the other guys who have been around the Tigers and Hack and all the guys you hit with. I think the weight room is the number one separator in guys. There's a lot of talented dudes out there, but there's not many guys in high school that really want to get after it day in, day out.
Right.
And you notice it at the college level, what it's done for you. I mean, you went from a guy who hit 2 home runs in high school to 44 in your college career, which is an insane, dramatic difference. But I think you can credit a lot of that to the weight room.
Yeah, for sure. And I've really grown to love it too. So just find your passion in baseball in general. If that's your passion, you know, you have to fine tune your skills. And even if you're not a big power guy, you have to put in the work to fine tune what you're good at and get even better. Just so, you know, like I said earlier, everybody's competing for your spot, or you're competing for the guy in front of you. So you always have to be working and putting in the work, like we said.
All right, brother. So one last question, okay?
Yep.
What does the future hold for Erik Webb? What are your plans? I mean, obviously, let's play baseball as long as we can. But what are your plans for the future? What does it hold for you?
Yeah, well, in short term, I'll be going up to Alaska again, like we talked about, and I'll be coming back to UCM for next season, which I'm really looking forward to. But as far as the MLB draft coming up, I'm not sure what it's going to look like during all this COVID stuff. So I don't know if there's going to be a draft this year, or if they're going to put it off, or maybe only do 20 rounds or something like that. So you got to keep our ears open for that, just to see what comes of it. And just keep getting after it here while everybody's in lockdown. You know, got to keep yourself accountable and disciplined, and you know, you got to stay in shape. So I guess it's just getting ready for upcoming baseball in school. Dude,
and no doubt, listen, for you guys who are still watching, this dude is one of the hardest workers. So anywhere you go, anywhere you put your situation, whatever situation you get into, I know you're going to succeed, dude. You've been a pleasure to coach. Mm. We thank you so much for coming on today, man. I had a lot of great questions, a lot of great information. So, dude, keep working your butt off, and
I appreciate it.
See you on a field soon, brother.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks, guys, for joining.
Yep. See you guys. See you, Donnie.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys, for listening to this episode of The Closing Pitch. It was a great conversation with Erik. Had a blast doing it. Make sure to go give him a follow on social media. He's always putting out great stuff. And make sure to follow the Tigers on social media. And make sure to leave us a message. We use an app called Anchor, where you can leave a message or a question for us, and me and Spiker will make sure to get to it. And until then, make sure you leave a review on Apple or any of the platforms that you listen to. It's huge for us. Please give us a rating, 5-star preferably, and we'll see you in the next episode of The Closing Pitch.